Welcome again to another training session from directly.com. This session is to present to us how to prepare a financial projection. When you write your business plan, there's this side that most people used to have challenge about, and this side carries up to 60% of the mark, and which is the financial plan. So how do you write your financial plan? Most of the time, if you are writing for a competition, they will give you a format you should follow. Some can ask you in form of questions: how much do you need for this business? Okay, I need 10 million naira. How much do you want to spend on machines? You put it there. How much do you want to spend on your operating expenses? You put it there. How much do you want to spend on for your staff? You put it there. At the end of the day, they will ask you questions like, when are you going to break even? They will ask you questions like, what will be your turnover within 1 year? Or if you are already an existing business, they will also ask you if you are already if you have already financials, like your last 12 month operating expenses, your last 12 months turnover, your last 12 month revenue, and all that. So by the purpose of this training today, I want to teach you the general principle behind you using some of these Excel templates for you to write your own business plan for yourself. Then if you are writing for others, how do you go about it? Then if you are using it to apply for either loans, grants, or investors, how do you go about it? So that's the essence of what we want to do today. So the first thing I will ask you is, which business are you writing financial plan on? For the sample I'm using right now, is called Pattilad Fashion. So it means it's a fashion industry, it's a fashion business, and we want to come up with a business financial plan on it. So this sample we are using, the exact sample we are using right now, is what we have been using over time, and we recommend it for people to use. Now, as you use it, we have about 21 pages of this Excel format, and it's 3 years projection. The 3 years projection, most of the time they ask for it so that they will know if on the long run your business is profitable or not. And this Excel format has shown how to know if this business is doing well or not. At the last page, you will see the breakdown of what we will do now. So when you receive our already written business plan, for example on fashion, and you want to customize it for your own business, how do you go about it? So just follow me as I do this for you. The first thing you do is to change this. Here we have Pattilad Fashion. You can decide and change the name to XYZ Fashion Business. So if you do that, XYZ Limited Fashion Business. Now we are trying to customize this financial template for XYZ Limited Fashion. So the first thing you do is to ensure that you change the name here so that it can suit you. Then you try and resave the document by going to File. You go to File and you go to Save As. When you go to Save As, it goes like this. You want to edit this particular fashion from it to make it XYZ Limited Ltd Fashion Financial Plan. So when you do this, you have successfully changed this document from Pattilad Fashion to XYZ Limited Fashion. That is the name of your own company. So once you finish with introduction, you go to the next one, which is required startup funds. In required startup funds, there are two things you need to look at here. Here, the letter in red is required startup funds or a new business or opening balance sheet for an existing business. So if you are a new business, then you will have to apply or treat this template as a new business. If you're already an existing business, then you treat it as an existing business. So because it's a new business, you might have to remove the opening balance sheet for an existing business. So this is how you remove it. Once you remove it like that, so we now have required startup fund for a new business. So for these financials, we are assuming that you are a new business, you just want to start. The next thing is, how much are you applying with? So I want to apply for 10 million naira to start my fashion business. 10 million naira. Then you have to edit this required startup funds to 10 million naira. So how do you do that? You will ensure that your fixed asset and your operating capital, the total of them must not be more than 10 million. And looking at this sample, we have 11.2 million already. So the next thing you do is you list your machines out. How many machines do you want to buy and how much will each cost? So at the end of the day, if your machine will cost about 2.5 million, then you change this machine to 2.5, because for a fashion business, machine is a major equipment that you need to do this business. The next thing you go to is facility. Now you might have to rent a facility, or you own a property before, or you need to look at how to get your workshop, your workspace. So how do you do that? Now what I want you to know is this white region, you can edit them, you can write new things. For example, we can write equipment here. So any new thing you want to add to this requirement startup, you can put it here and you put the amount there. We have the furniture and fixtures. Here is 350,000. You can leave it like that. Vehicle. Do you need vehicle to deliver your products and services? One of the things I encourage people to do, have a list of all the things you will need to set up your business and ensure that that list is comprehensive. How do you make sure that it's comprehensive? You need to do a lot of research. In fact, by standard, I encourage people, before you write a business plan, go for training. Go for training on that field. So you want to go into fashion, go for fashion training school. You want to do something along the line of agriculture, maybe poultry, go to a poultry farmer to put you through. Pay them. Most people don't like paying. If you don't like paying, then there is a limit to the information that you will have access to. Some of the things I do today, I go for seminars, trainings, I pay money to learn them. I have MBA from Obafemi Awolowo University. There is a program that I did in Lagos Business School, even though part of it, about 80% of it, was on scholarship. But I go for all these things to increase my knowledge. Last year, I went for a training with International Finance Corporation, IFC, and I'm telling you, I learned so much on how to write a business plan. So in your own field, you need to go for training so that you can have a comprehensive list. so that when you come to this area, it will be easier for you to manage. So do you need a vehicle as a fashion business? Then other fixed assets. So once you discover your assets, then you move to your operating capital. So here we are assuming that our business here will need about 6.5 million for our fixed assets, and for me that's too much. If you have 10 million naira and you are spending 6.5 million naira into fixed assets, that's too much. Where will you see your operating capital from? And you need to learn this. It's not all the machine you need to buy. There are some that you can rent. It's as simple as that. You don't need to tie money down into machines. There are things that you can rent. They are the ones, for example, your embroidery machine, you can rent it. There are some that you can lease instead of buying outrightly. So when you do all these things together, you now try to find a way that you can reduce your expenses. So instead of 2 million here, you can put 500,000. So you will see that as I'm adjusting this, is adjusting on its own, and that's one of the beauty of this. If other fixed assets, you can put it at 500,000 too, so that we can get something like 4.5 million here. You now come down to your operating capital. Here is salary. So your salary, you need to do a detailed breakdown. All this breakdown, you need to do it on your own before transferring it here. Now sometimes we show them in the full detailed business plan in the Microsoft Word format. We show some of the breakdown inside it. So what are the breakdown that you need for your salary? Who are you going to employ? How much are you going to pay them, and things like that. Then your inventory. As a fashion business, you need to even define the kind of fashion you do. Are you doing bespoke? Are you doing the one that customers will bring their clothes, you sew for them and they go? Are you doing a customized one that you have retail outlet that you sell them? So you need to define exactly the fashion you are going to. So let's assume that you want to do fashion for Africa fabrics, and you want to do them already made, and you have a shop to display them. You have for different sizes, so you are going to have a large inventory, so you need to put a lot of money here. So let's say your inventory is 1 million naira. Now here you need to be looking at it that the total required fund must be 10 million, but here you discover that it's already 11 million, so you need to do some adjustment. So the working capital, you might have to reduce it to like 1.5. You see we have 10.6. Then you still look at how to adjust this whole thing. So here you can reduce your machine purchase here, so that you can have something. Now we have about 10.1 million here, so you still will have 105 to remove. So you begin to adjust this until you get your perfect figure. So you can reduce this to 1.4. Then we need to remove 5,000 naira now. We can remove this too. Perfect. So you have 10 million naira. So this is how you adjust and keep on adjusting, looking at your own projection, your own costing, your own analysis, and you begin to use it to adjust this. Then you go to the source of funding. Here you will see that there are different sources of funding. The owner's equity. You as the owner, you must have something you are putting on the table. We have outside investor. This outside investor, if you are looking for grants, you can change this outside investor to grants. So the white spaces, they are editable. If you are looking for loan, you can also see commercial loan, mortgage loan, and things like that. So what do? You look at the amount you are raising. I'm raising 10 million naira. I myself, I should be able to put at least 2 million naira down so that I can get a grant of 8 million. Now this is another thing you need to do. If the grant is giving you 10 million naira, you can decide and say my business will be 12 million naira. I will put 2 million naira down, then the grant will give me additional 10 million naira. So anyhow you want to do it, remember that anything you put at the grant level here is what the grant will give to you. So if you are targeting 10 million naira, then your required funds should be 12 million, so that you can have something you are putting on the table. Then on this you can remove this, you can remove this too. So you have a perfect plan now. 10 million naira total sources of funding. So you move to number 2. As you work, you need to save your document. It's very important. Number 2, you go to the salaries and wages. All these white spaces and the yellow spaces, you can adjust them. So we have the owner's compensation. We have monthly, we have year 1, year 2, year 3. So monthly, how much do you want to be paid as the owner? You can say, as the owner, monthly I want to be paid 40,000 naira. There are some owners, they collect as high as 100,000. So it depends on you. Then you adjust it. The owner's compensation is only one person. So it's only one person you will pay that amount. Then the salaries. How many people do you want to employ? And they will be on salary. So you can say, okay, I want to employ 2 people or 3 people, and each of them will be paid 80,000 naira each. Depending on your industry, you can say they will be paid 50,000, so that they could be 10,000 naira ahead of the CEO. So the same thing with full-time employee. How many of them will be paid on wages? How much are you paying them per hour? So you can always adjust this. You can say I want to be paying them 200 naira per hour, then you put 200, depending on what you want to do. So as you do this template has been configured to adjust itself. Anything you are changing, it will keep on readjusting itself, and I said this to you, that they have helped us to solve a lot of problems here. Sometimes ago, for you to do this kind of thing, you have to do it manually. But some people sat down and come up with something that can configure itself. Then you go to number 3. The slide number, the page 3 will show you the fixed operating expense. The same thing, they've given you list of expenses you can ever imagine, and prevention your own is not there. You have the liberty to adjust anyone. If you think that postage and delivery is not part of your own expense, then you can go there and say online subscription and change it to online subscription, and that's it. Once you do that, it helps you to be in control, and as you are in control, you can actually write exactly what you need in this business. So at the end of the day, advertising, how much are you using for advertising monthly? If your business is so big and you need a lot of advertisement, you can say I want to be doing 150,000 in advertisement monthly. Then automatically this will help you to generate what you will have within 1 year, what you have within 2 years, and what you have within 3 years. And this 3% you are seeing here, they are trying to help you to project that in the next 2 years, in the next 3 years, the value of money will not be the same. The value of money will not be the same. So you need to be able to project. Some people use 5% to even project into the future. So you move again to the next one, which is the projected sales forecast. The projected sales forecast. Now, this projected sales forecast is also very important. Here we have fashion retail. That means you have products that you sell. Now, each product, how much are they? 5,000 naira. If you say your own is 6,000 naira, so be it. So you adjust it. You see that automatically you have 4,000 naira, and you say your own variable cost is 2,500 naira. You have it immediately. So this thing begin to adjust itself. In January, that's your first month of operation. Sometimes this first month of operation you will not start selling. So it might be that month that you will buy your machines, rent your shop, and do a lot of recruit people. So usually we just leave it empty. Then the second month you can start making money, and from there projection. So if you think your projection is too slow or it's too low, you can increase it. This 400 you can increase it to 1,000, and these are numbers of units. And here you will see your break even. It generates it for you immediately. You will see your profit, you see your overhead expenses. If you are not making profit, this percentage will be negative and it will be showing red. Bespoke, the same thing. You do the adjustment, you adjust this, then you see your profit. If you discover that your profit is too low, you jack it up. If you think that it's too much, you bring it down. For example, the profit here is 6 million naira. If you think that is too much, what do? Like this 1,000, you reduce it to 500. You will see that you reduce it to 500, and you will see that it will have a very good effect. So from 6 million to 4 million. If you still think that it's still too much, you can adjust this to 200 and see. You see now we have 3 million. So the next one also talks about the sales forecast, and here this fashion designer says it's going to be involving training. So because it's going to be involved in training, he put training there for 40,000 and 30,000. So you can adjust this, and at the same time the profit is 2 million. You can decide to increase your profit. If you want to increase your profit, this 30,000 or this 30, you can increase it to 50 and try to see what it will come out with. It's increasing now. So here he also said it will be selling accessories. So sales of accessories here is giving profit of this. So you can always adjust this, and if you know that you are not going to sell accessories, you can remove all of them. You can remove them. Yes, you can remove them. So how do you remove them? You just delete. You just highlight all of them and delete like this. You delete here. You delete. If you delete this, everything will disappear. That means I'm not into accessory business, so I don't want it. Do we get it now? So this is very easy to use. So from there we have cash receipt and disbursement. Cash receipt and disbursement is only telling us account receivable and account payable. These are accounting terminologies for some people new to this. You might not bother yourself so much, but this is the idea behind it. In your business, will you be, what are the things you will be, when you are selling, will you be giving out credits? If you are going to be giving out credit, that means a lot of your money will be outside. So what are the percentage? These are the things that you do here. But generally, you come here to look at the income tax assumption. So what is the tax? So in Nigeria today, your tax level is about 30%. So you put it there. If you are collecting loan, then amortization, you adjust it. They were not collecting loan, we are collecting grants. So you move on. Now our data is being generated, and this is the beauty of this. The first 6 pages is for us to input into our financial plan. Now the next thing we want to look out from the income statement, this number 8, is we are looking at the output of it. So with all the things we have done, we are now beginning to look at our year 1. This financial template will generate it on its own. So here is the income. We have fashion retail, bespoke, and training. Remember, we removed accessories. Assuming we did not remove it, it will have come out under it here. So because we removed it, and as we removed it, remember we said in January that we are not going to be doing fashion retail, and you see that nothing appears in January. So our output, they are coming out, so you don't have to change anything here. Then the next one is the cash flow. This is the cash flow automatically generated for us. Then the next one is the balance sheet, also automatically generated for us. So that's the end of the year 1 summary. This is a summary. So the year-end summary, usually for our full detailed plan, we copy at least year 1 and 2. We copy it and paste it in the Microsoft Word document. So once you copy it, you paste it in the Microsoft Word document just to support your work. Income statement is also for year 2. I will tell you that this is a document for 3-year financial plan. So what we are seeing right now, they are output of our input. This one is for year 3, cash flow for year 3. So what we now do is to go to the last page. All these pages, you can't edit anything. Now this last page is giving you a feedback. This feedback is very important because you need to measure your input, and looking at the output, this financial diagnostics helps you to know if you are really profitable or not. So let's look at it one by one. Owner's cash injection into the business. You put 20% into this business, and they explained to us the owner injection might be too low in relation to the amount of money needed. It's too low, but it's still okay. Cash request as percentage required of total required fund. Cash request seems reasonable with respect to total request. So we look at the loan term in months, because we are not dealing with loans, so we don't have to bother ourselves with that. Let's look at the income statement. Income statement. Here they say the gross margin as percent of sale 46.7. Gross margin percent seems reasonable. That's fine. We have an owner compensation amount that has been established, and they said the owner compensation seems reasonable. Advertising as a percentage of sales may be too low. So what they are saying here, that this 4.5%, that the advertising is too low compared to the money you want to generate. Now profit level, they say your profit is about 4 million naira, and the business is showing profit, and the profit as percent of sales is 12%. Said the projection does not seem highly unreasonable. Now these people have some terminologies. What they are just saying is this projection is good. All right. There are some times that they will tell you that the business is not showing a profit, that is showing loss. You have to go back to your input to go and adjust it, especially you adjust your sales and break even level is already here. The sales projection exceeds the projected break even level. So this is how to use this document. I will go and do something now at the sales level. I will drop the sales so that this business should show loss here. And how do we do that? Let's go to our sales projection. In this our sales projection, I want this business to run into loss, so I want to control it from our sales. All what we need to do is to show that this business is not profitable. We will just reduce our number of sales. We will reduce it. When you reduce your number of sales, then the business begin to come down, and that's the reason why cash flow is great for business. You understand that any business, you see now here the profit is already showing negative. Now let's go and see the business. Let's go to the last page and go and see the business to know if the business is showing profit or not. The business is showing profit, so we still need to reduce some amount of money in the projected sales. So we want to reduce these two so that the overhead expenses, now this is showing profit, so we want to reduce it. How do you reduce? Just reduce your, I just want to show you that adjustment of this input will determine profit or loss. By the time you adjust it and the amount of money you are requesting for, the price unit too, if you adjust it, it will reduce the amount of money you are making. So let's say we have 7,000 and your cost of production is 6,500. You are not going to make too much profit. So let's check it again. Very good. Here they said profitability level. The business is not showing a profit. Can you see that? And the profitability as a percent of sales is minus 5.2. The projection does not seem highly unreasonable. So since it's not showing profit, you need to go back to go and adjust it. So I'm going to end this presentation this way. I will try to recap some of the things I've said initially. When you are writing a business plan for yourself or for others, number one thing is the owner of the business must be knowledgeable about that business. Don't start a business plan without having knowledge of that business. What you need to do is you can as well go to learn this trade, this business from someone, and the person will list all the machines. Some people call us and they said we need a business plan. They don't even know the business, they don't know the list of machines they will need from it. Now most of the time, because we are business consultants, we are not on the field, but we have partners on the field. We call our partners, they give us information. But I am of the opinion that you yourself, you must research this business for you to succeed in it. And that's the reason why most people that write business plans and we write for them or others write for them, because they don't have knowledge of the business, they don't do the business very well. So have knowledge of your business, then have all the list of the equipment, all your expenses, the number of people you want to employ, how much you will pay them. List all that, and once you list all that, know how much you want to request for, then come here and begin to fill this and begin to adjust it, and before you know, you will get it. I want to appreciate you for listening to me. You've been listening to Dayo Adetuloye from Dayo Adetuloye Business Hub. Our website is www.dayoadetuloye.com. I want to appreciate you even for purchasing this product, because it's not free. is paid for. So I want to appreciate you, and as much as possible I want you to use this document very well. You already have this document. If you don't have it, you can request for it, call us, and we will send it to you. So I want to appreciate you for the time taken, and I want to say to you that your business is going places. Focus on it. Your startup, focus on it. And on our YouTube channel, subscribe to it. We update it regularly with new information, new training. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you very much for being part of this training. Thank you.